You gotta surround yourself with the right people. What's going on, guys? Armando Gong here, back with another video here to just spark some conversations for yourself in your own self-development journey. If you have not subscribed to this channel, I greatly appreciate it. And also remember to click the notification bell to find out whenever I push out a new video. And I think this is a relevant topic for me because in my own journey to get better in terms of my own self-development, as well as my own career and my own goals in life and aspirations, I've been extremely fortunate that I had a very good support system around me. Whenever I mentioned that I would be planning on switching my careers to my sisters, my mom, and my wife, they've been extremely supportive of me in the sense that they just kind of encourage me to go along with whatever I do, be happy. Now, they're not being naive and saying that it won't be a hard thing that I'm doing, but they've given me their support in supporting me in whatever I do, even though that they know there'll be hardships along the way. Now, my wife and I, we are going to plan on starting a family, and so there are those considerations, but at the same time, she's been supportive, and we just have to figure things out before they happen. And once they do happen, along the way, there are things we'll need to adjust. And quite honestly, I can't be any happier because I've heard of lots of other stories where other people's families were not as supportive and disowned them for the most part. One story came to mind where I was listening to a podcast yesterday. It was on the Pre-PT Grind podcast, which I suggest people who are in that position of trying to go back to school beforehand for physical therapy to give it a listen. In this podcast, the woman mentioned how that as an Asian growing up, we're all traditionally taught to go to college, find a nice job at being an engineer, a doctor, a lawyer, something along those fields, get a nice career, you're set in your path, you just keep on working until you're 65 and then retire, and that is pretty much the end of it, and you're good. I did that path, she did that path, and at this stage in our lives, we are not happy with where we are. And then, we decided to want to change our careers, go back to school, incur debt, potentially, spend good 5 years of our lives maybe trying to pursue this path. And for me, I was lucky in the sense that I had people around me that said, go for it. She, on the other hand, did not have that support system. And if you don't have that support, lots of things you do, you don't have that confidence to do it anymore. You get down, people around you are doubting you, they're wondering what a mistake that you've just made. And there are so many negative feelings associated with that situation. And leave a comment below if that's happened to you, where you wanted to try out something, but people were just naysayers around you and weren't giving you that space to try, have that possibility in front of you. I mean, eventually she was able to find that support around her, like from her husband, from the students that she's been around, from all the things that she just surrounded herself with. And eventually in the Facebook groups and other mentor groups, to allow her to find that space to be comfortable, to be confident, and to know that the path that she was going on was the right path. And I think that's extremely valuable in everything that we do. It's not just about us having the confidence to do and pursue our path, to do whatever it is, but also surrounding ourselves with the people around us that don't necessarily agree with everything you do, but they are there for you when the time comes that you need their help. Negative feelings and negative communication is never a good way to surround yourself with. And you need to ask yourself this. Do you have those type of people around you? It could be your mom. It could be some friends of yours. It could even be your significant other. There are so many situations where it's like if you're trying to do something, you're trying to lose weight, let's just say, but your coworker's like, oh, why are you eating so healthy now? Or no, you're not living life. Like, those are the type of people you need to stay a bit more away from. And this common saying has been around for so much, where it's that you're the average of the 5 people around you. Are those 5 people around you being negative? Are those 5 people being supportive next to you? Look at your life, look at yourself, and see who you stay around with the most. And for me, I've been very supportive, but I've also looked to a lot of different resources outside of myself because there's only so many things you can do in your own space. And you need to really look towards people that have been where you're trying to go to, have that expertise, and try to learn from them and implement what they're trying to do. At this moment, I don't have like a face-to-face mentor or anybody that I like to call or can call to contact. But, there are so many resources out there that the world is really yours if you want to try and do something. And for me, there are like so many different like things that I look towards to learn from, but at the same time try and implement what they're trying to tell me to do. I'll give you a couple examples. Like I have so many different varying interests that I think it's kind of fun that like they all kind of merge, and because we all have our own unique stories, and so finding those right things for you to go towards is extremely fun. I like to listen to a lot of podcasts and also YouTube videos. So for me, one of the podcasts I listen to is the Smart Passive Income podcast by Pat Flynn, trying to just teach you how to create these passive income sources where you don't have to trade your time directly for money like a typical salary job. That's exactly what that is, trading time for money. That's not something what I want to do. So I've been listening to his podcast. I've been going to his blog. One other resource I've been into recently is trying to achieve FIRE, or financial independence, and retire early. Those two are having a smart passive income and going to FIRE movement are pretty interrelated. And one YouTube channel that I've been really enjoying following is Our Rich Journey, where it's a couple have retired at the age of 39, are currently retired in Lisbon, and they're a bit ahead of me and my wife Sylvia in terms of their stage in life. They have 2 kids. They did it all while while the wife went to law school for a couple years and was living off of a single income in a relatively high standard of living area, which is something that my wife and I need to prepare for. And I think like listening to their videos, trying to do what they're trying to do, to implement what they've been doing to retire early is something that I've been trying to implement more of. And another resource that I go towards is the pre-PT Facebook group, because I am a pre-PT student at this point. I have not gotten into school yet, but the application process is competitive. There are lots of things that you think you would know, but why should I go through all that trouble of figuring things out on my own when there are so many other people who have gone through the same process, who can help guide the way along for me, so that I can achieve my goals earlier without all the hardships and like hiccups that might hit me if I don't even prepare for it. So those are just like 3 somewhat different resources that I look towards, and I would consider them my mentors, if anything, just because they've been so open and sharing everything, and hopefully someday I can connect with them. But surround yourself with people that know what you're trying to go to. And if you don't surround yourself with them, there are so many resources out there: podcasts, YouTube channels, online courses, blogs, so many things out there. Follow their advice, do what they try to tell you to do, and implement things that you can implement. And at the same time, look at the people around you. See if they are actually supporting you in what you're doing. And if they're not, try and find some other people that are supportive and also real with you. Like, you don't always need yes people, but you need people to be straight with you and support you in no matter what you do. If any of this story, hit you, please let me know below. Again, my name is Armando Gong, and if you'd like this video, please smash that like button, share this with your friends, subscribe to my channel, and click the notification bell to find out whenever I push out a new video. Later.